Now, I did get this email from a mother, Maria in Santa Cruz. I have a middle school son who never got into Harry Potter. However, he discovered your books and can't put them down. He loves them and just finished a book report on The Miserable Mill. He got an A. Will you continue the series beyond what you have now? Fingers crossed. Thanks. And we can't wait for the movie next month.
I'm completely disturbed by this tale of the mother. I hope that KGO manages to trace that email and have her arrested for the abuse of her child. If he cannot put the books down, I suspect that's because there's some sort of glue that's been applied to his hands. I don't think I should tell this woman that there are going to be 13 books and all. She might go out and buy the remainders for her son, and that would just lead to more disaster. I beg the law-abiding citizens of Santa Cruz to find this mother, track her down, and put her in some sort of giant hamster ball so she remains safe.
Lauren Michelle is calling from Sunnyvale and would like to say a word to Lemony Snicket.
Hello, Lauren Michelle. How are you?
Hi, I'm very good.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was just going to say that I really enjoy all of your books.
You enjoy them?
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Do you think there's something wrong with you, Lauren Michelle?
No.
Has a doctor checked you out for this problem?
No.
Have you found yourself weeping and moaning at least one night of the week?
No.
So you've never cried in your entire life?
Yeah, I have.
Aha! So you are suffering from depression and trying to hide it from me. You poor thing.
You love the books?
Yes.
Absolutely. You going to see the movie?
Yes.
I don't think you should, Lauren Michelle. You clearly, if you've ever cried before, you have enough troubles. I think you should stay home and rent a nice, cheerful movie. Or just look at a photograph of a bunch of kitty cats in a basket. Everyone likes that. A basket of kitty cats.
Lauren Michelle.
Living kitty cats,
I'm going to see the movie, too. Hey, thanks for calling. Wait a minute. I got to ask you the question. My favorite character of all your characters is Count Olaf.
Your favorite?
He is the most sinister, the most devious, the one eyebrow, the tattoo on the ankle. I love him. How did you meet Count Olaf?
I would just beg of anyone who's in the area of KGO radio to come out here and rescue me from the clutches of this terrible man, Mr. Rothman. He apparently has a lot of admiration for a notorious villain, and he has now lured me into a radio studio and is planning to do who knows what unspeakable act. Count Olaf is a villain portrayed in my books, and I would call him one of the 6 worst villains of all time. He is disgusting, he is greedy, he is unkempt, he is quite impolite, and he's an actor. I think that's enough said.
Rose, calling from Castro Valley. Rose, welcome to KGO with Lemony Snicket.
Hi.
Hello, Rose.
I'm a retired teacher of elementary school children.
Congratulations.
I need to compliment you on your mastery of the context clue in increasing children's vocabulary. I have young neighbors who come over to borrow your books from me, and I'm sure you'd say that's a terrible thing to do.
It is a terrible thing to do.
They are learning to use words that are enriching their lives, and I think that the way you...
Well, that's sweet of you to say, and I think increasing one's vocabulary is a pleasant way to spend one's time, but why don't you just lend them some nice flashcards? Do you really have to encourage them to increase their vocabulary by reading morbid stories?
Well, I wish I'd had your stories when I was young. I hung black curtains in my playhouse, and my mother got very upset, but I'm sure that had you been writing about 30 years ago, I would have been enjoying your books.
Rose, may I tell you, I agree with you. The use of vocabulary in these books is absolutely marvelous, and there is no question, and I don't want to pay him a compliment, heaven forbid, but the idea that children can read this book and learn is absolutely marvelous. All right, Rose, thanks a million. Now,
Thank you for calling, Rose. Get some flashcards. You must have them lying around from your career as a teacher.
Now, I must introduce you, Lemony Snicket, to one of the stars here at KGO. Now, she is neither sinister nor dangerous.
I'll be the judge of that.
But she is amazing, and that is our own Rosie Allen.
I always like John Rothman.
Hello, Ms. Allen.
He reinforces me every day.
Does he?
Yes.
He reinforces you with what,
Yes.
building materials?
Yes, every day.
This
Props
is a
me up.
sinister story. Misery and woe on KGO.
That was Lemony Snicket live on the accordion. And may I say, breathtaking in every sense.
Well, that's sweet of you to say. I'm only sorry that there was a commercial break and the radio audience was unable to hear the 10 verses of misery and woe that I played here in the studio.
But if you go to the movie on December 17th, you might get a taste of it. Now,
I don't think you should go to any movie on December 17th that has the word Lemony Snicket in the title.
Okay, now this comes from Dasha. I'm just going to read a quick line. She says,
Dashish?
Dear Dasha, D-A-S-H-A. She says, Dear Lemony Snicket, we love you. We're huge fans. My mom and I fight for your books to read.
You see,
won.
it's breaking apart families.
How did I know you were going to say
My books
that?
have become a threat to the American family.
Okay, Will, age 10, calling from Dixon with a question for Lemony Snicket.
Hello, Will. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was just wondering, how did you get the name Lemony Snicket?
My parents gave it to me. How did you get the name Will?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know? Or do you also have amnesia? Will, are you okay? You're making strange noises. Will!
No, I was just wondering because
You take their words away.
Is Will gone? Oh, no, he's still here.
What country did you come from anyway?
I'm from the United States. Have you heard of that country?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yes, some people believe it's the greatest country in the world, but don't tell that to the Swiss.
All right. Well, thank you. Now, AJ, who is age 10, is calling you from Fremont, California.
Hello, Mr. J. How are you?
Good.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was wondering, in the fourth book, Klaus falls down and breaks his glasses. If Klaus isn't wearing glasses in the movie, if they make a fourth movie, how will he be able to break his glasses?
That's an excellent question, but I think that we don't have to worry about any sequels to the movie because clearly this movie is so miserable that no one will go to the theater and see it. It will be a complete failure. All of the people who were involved in the movie will be very, very sorry, and we will try to erase it from our memories.
Do you believe that, AJ?
No.
Neither do I.
I think I'm going to go see it.
AJ.
Oh, AJ.
AJ, thanks for
He
calling.
should be ashamed of himself.
Okay, Travis, age 10, is not only not ashamed of himself, he lives in San Leandro. Travis, welcome to KGO.
Hi.
Hi, Travis. How are you?
I was wondering, good.
I'm glad to hear it.
My question was if the movie is going to have a sequel.
I certainly hope not, Travis. I think one miserable film during the Hanukkah season is enough.
My other question was, what books will it be based on?
The movie is like a car crash of 3 books combined. So some might say that it's better than the books because in only 2 hours you can experience that kind of misery. But other people say it's worse than the books because the misery is more concentrated. So it really depends if you're the sort of person who rips the Band-Aid off or if you take it off very, very slowly.
Thank you, Travis. We're actually going to see The Fire in the Baudelaire Mansion, aren't we?
Not if you don't go, no.
And Count Olaf, are we going to see the one eyebrow?
I think the most exciting thing that people should think about when they're seeing the movie is the lobby. When you get to the theater, just stay in the lobby. It's often very beautiful. There's usually a carpet with plenty of popcorn kernels thrown in there. It would be a whole lot of fun to stay in the lobby for 2 hours. That's a good time. That's a holiday evening.
8080810 is the number here on KGO. My guest is the one and only Lemony Snicket. Now, if you have never read his books,
you are a brave and lucky person.
8080810 is the number to call, but if you want his books, it's 1-800-801-BOOK, or to be honest, any bookstore, indeed, every bookstore in America will be carrying these books.
It's a shame. If you're really interested in my books, just simply pick up the phone and push the number 4. That's it. Don't push any other numbers. Just push the number 4, and then maybe a book will be sent to you, and maybe it won't.
This is John Rothman, in for Pete Wilson, right here on KGO.